finished work a little bit early this morning. I figured that's kind of a gray winter type day. It's not cold, it's just gray and dreary, but I thought I would take a short hike. I haven't been out in this part of the forest in a while, and it's a nice time to be out here, because if you're lucky you can see a little bit of fall color. And just take a short hike, clear the mind, cleanse the spirit, and enjoy being out here as always. And it'd be nice to get some exercise too. So I'll check back in when I get on the trail. It's been quite a while since I've been on this trail. It's a nice trail. It's pretty dry, and it's not too brushy. But I used to come here a lot. Did several swamp talk here. It's nice and quiet. You know, a lot of people complain about gray skies, but it's something different, you know? You don't have the sun, so it has a whole different vibe to it, different flavor. And that's okay, you know? It's alright to have different things in the woods, different flavors, but like I've said lots of times, it's fall, and there's always lots of flowers around. What the heck? Is that an egg or a golf ball? How the heck does a golf ball get out here in the middle of the woods? You know what? I'll take it and give it to someone I know that's into golf. It's always funny when you find strange things in the woods. I guess someone who really wants to practice when they get into the rough, practicing taking your golf ball out when it's all bushy because you're not on the green. So I guess I could see some logic to that. There's lots of brush around here, and you become an expert when you tee off and you land in the brush, and you become more skilled at getting out of it. So I'll take it for that. That's the only logical reason I can think there'd be a golf ball in the middle of the woods. There's a slight cool breeze. It's not too cold, it's just about perfect. I'm gonna turn off the camera, and if I see anything else interesting, I will show you what it is. You know, this is a part of the forest. This forest, really, I feel really fairly comfortable in when it comes to bears and things like that. But I shouldn't be complacent. I should probably stop and get my bear spray on my person in case I need it, you know, because sometimes they do migrate around. But this is a pretty dry forest, so it doesn't really have a lot of attractions for them. They like their water. So, but just on the safe side, I think I'll get my bear spray and attach it to my belt loop, just to be on the safe side. You can see in the distance, we're going to go down a hill, and you can see in the distance the hill back rising and stuff. We don't have a lot of elevation, but you know, when we do, you know, an elevation of 150 feet is pretty dramatic. So, alrighty, I'll gear up with my bear spray and then continue on. It's really nice and quiet in this forest. I think when there's a cloud cover, it kind of dulls the sounds you hear in the woods, but it's kind of nice. A little bit unnerving, but it's kind of nice to enjoy the silence in a very loud and angry world. It really is nice to enjoy the calm and the silence. Heading down into what we call in Florida a small dip, little valley, you know, the Florida version of a holler, I guess. But so I get to do a little bit of descending and ascending, a couple of rolling sand hills. There's a lot of dead trees in this part of the forest. I don't know if they'd had a wildfire years ago. Some of the dead trees are still standing. You know, they usually, when you're in a hilly area, the fire moves really fast up a hill. So that could be what happened here at one point. Alrighty, almost down to the bottom of the little valley, and then I'll go up a hill and I'll find my little chair. You know, it's a dead tree, but it's a nice chair where I've sat down and made several spot talks before. I don't know if I have anything on the top of my head to talk about, but just sitting there and enjoying the silence is alright with me, so I will check back in a bit. I get to be like Sir Edmund Hillary and ascend this mighty sand hill of 100 and something feet. Wish me luck. Hopefully I can make it up to the top. Well, I made it to the top of the sand hill, and I have a nice vista of nothing but pine trees for miles and miles and miles. But I could see above the tree line and see the horizon, so it's kind of neat perspective to have in Florida, so I'll enjoy the sandhill view on this beautiful, quiet, warm, dreary day. Well, someone or something knocked this hiking trail marker down, so I definitely wanted to fix this. You know, you don't want someone getting lost here. It looks like they recently updated blazing the trails, and I hope it was just nature and not some knucklehead who just likes to destroy things. But it's important for people's safety to make sure you don't knock things like this down, because people's lives can rely on it if they're not familiar with the area, and having these markers are very important. So please don't do that. Don't be a North American knucklehead. Well, I came to the end of my trail. This is a spot I call the reading room. There used to be some limbs that were still alive and on the tree that were pretty sturdy that I would sit upon and read. It looks like I got a nice little seat here. And I would get up here and I would read some Walden, some Tao de Pooh, and things like that. And it's always peaceful. It's a good place to read and think, and it reinvigorates your spirit for sure. So it's a shame I haven't been here in a while. I need to make it a habit, coming back here to my reading room in the woods.